dah. Boleh habis by this week. Okay, can we continue?
Yes.
Boleh, madam.
Boleh, madam. Okay. So far okay tak? I mean, do you understand my explanation and can you follow?
Boleh, madam.
Boleh, madam.
Boleh, madam.
Okay.
Faham.
Faham kan? Saya bagi contoh. I mean, memanglah you all tak boleh nak imagine sebab you all belum pernah kerja lagi. Tapi at least you get some idea how it works and kenapa that certain thing is important to be done, to be carried out dalam industri. Okay. Supaya you all bukannya setakat macam memorize, what will be the information kena ada dalam approved supplier list, kena ada nama, kena ada ni. Tapi why do we need to have that one? Yang itu you all kena tahu so that you have a better understanding and you boleh relate tau from one information to another information. Oh, kenapa jadi macam ni, because every single point dalam production, QA/QC, R&D, purchasing and other departments, it will relate from one to another. Okay, so now we are going to continue for finished product control. I was told that my session was recorded. Itulah saya pun memang tak berani nak cerita, nak share my experience for certain sensitive issue because when we talk about online session then you record, some information might be leaked, nanti later my previous company marah I pula. Okay, but then alright, sampai sekarang pun I still have a good connection with my previous ex-colleague and I remember back then masa one of your seniors she went to my internship placement. Bila I pergi sana, I tengok balik my supervisors. I have several supervisors dekat sana. They are the same but they are getting old. I mean macam wow, they are the same people but I also forgotten that I'm getting older as well. So macam tu lah Okay, tapi itulah I tak boleh nak share sangat dengan you all those sensitive information because takutlah online ni. Alright, so now tadi kita dah okay, ingat when we want to produce a product dalam industri, it always starts with the raw material. Okay, raw material, kenapa kita kena ada checking supplier, the quality of the raw material, the originated of the raw material itself, because as much as possible we want to have a good quality of the raw material. When we have a good quality of raw material, definitely by having a proper production and formulation, we can have a high quality of finished product. But if we do not control the quality of the raw material, we do not control the documentation of the raw material, of course it will be difficult for us to achieve the quality of the quality of finished product that we want. Alright, and then when we have a good quality of raw material, okay, beli daripada resin tu Sunmade daripada Australia. Masa I kerja tu pun I macam surprise, wah, beli resin daripada yang Sunmade tu daripada Australia. Masa tu I thought macam we are using the local company. Apparently not, because my company really taking care of the quality and their reputation. Okay, so when we have a good quality of raw material, we need to have a good production. We need to have a good machineries as well as a good practices in order to produce a good product. Okay, if let's say kita punya machineries is not compatible with the raw material ataupun the processing of the product is not something that can produce a good product, so of course you will not have a good quality of product although you have a good quality of raw material. Okay, so during the processing of the product pun kita kena maintain in terms of the documentation. Okay, sebab apa-apa pun semua kita akan trace back. It will goes back to the traceability of these particular steps to process for our product. Okay, and last but not least, okay, produk ni dah siap masuk dalam sebelum masuk packaging. So produk ni dah masak ke, dah disejukkan ke. When we talk about ice cream, it's already being frozen. So now we are talking about finished product control. Okay, so produk tu dah siap, is ready to be packed and is ready to be distributed. Alright, so for finished product control, by strictly controlling the formulation as well as procedure, basically we will have a less problem for defective finished product. Bila saya kata finished product, end product, final product, they carry the same meaning. Okay, almost the same meaning. It is these particular terms, they are being used interrelatively. Okay, so jangan you all confuse. Madam ni kejap kata end product, kejap kata finished product, kejap kata final product. They are almost the same one. Okay, the same thing. Okay, so bila kita dah ada good formulation, good raw material, good formulation, good production to produce the product, then we will have, of course, during these processes, we control the quality of the production. We can assure that we will have a good quality of finished product. So when we have a good production of products, so we can expect to reject less of finished product. When we have less of product defective, maksudnya produk yang rosak, produk yang tak suit untuk kita nak hantar ke market, when we have less quantity of defective finished product, what is the advantage to the company? Apa advantage kepada company? Anyone wants to answer? Jawablah, saya tanya ni. What is the advantage of the company when we have less defective finished product?
Jimat duit.
Less
Okay,
production costs.
Okay, jimat duit. So maksudnya apa?
More product. Kurang pembaziran.
Lebih untung.
Betul. When we talk about business kita bukan pasal nak jimat duit saja. We want the profit. So bila kita ada, company ada banyak profit, apa benefit kepada kita? Saya ni selalu cakap kita.
Bonus.
Yes, bonus.
Bonus tahunan.
Betul. So when everyone is doing the process in order, so everyone will gain the advantage, everyone will gain the benefit. Okay, so it is common if you join later lah. It is common for you if you go to a big industry at the end of the year. Contoh macam sekarang kan nak masuk bulan November kan. So bulan Disember tu nanti kita yang kerja dekat industri tu kita tunggulah. Okay, berapa bonus kita dapat tahun ni. Contoh So depends on the company performance. Kalau if the staffs, we are together in maintaining the product quality, so we can reduce defective products, meaning that we can increase the profitability of the company. When we increase the profitability of the company, it goes back to us. So company macam mana dia nak award kepada staff, kepada worker is by giving bonus. Okay, bukanlah kita kerja ni sebab nak duit, tapi memang kita perlukan duit lah kan. Macam itulah. Okay. So bila kita dapat bonus kita happy. So nak kerja lagi. Macam itulah, nak kerja lebih baik lagi. Janganlah you kata madam ni materialistiknya. Duniawi je. Tak apalah. Alright, so for final quality control, a very small amount of sample. Okay, so bila produk tu dah jadi finished product, contohnya ice cream tu, dia dah frozen. Okay, sebelum they are going to be packed in a tub ataupun in small packaging. So for QA QC, production pun sama, we will take sample. Okay, tapi kalau dalam contoh yang ni, this one is very I'm having a different view for this particular slide. Contoh, you can see at the bottom part, for example, 1 can in every 10,000 cans. Basically, we don't take only 1 can. when we talk about 10,000 cans, we will take more than one. Okay. Dalam industri, kita akan try to minimize the number of sample. Number of sample tu maksudnya kita akan collect a few product daripada satu batch. Contoh tadi kan I bagi tahu dekat you all, kita ada 20 batch tadi, remember 20 batch of the product yang kita nak produce. So untuk batch pertama tu, katalah satu batch tu akan produce 5,000. So dalam 5,000 tu mungkin kita akan collect several. It is not one. Kita akan collect several pieces of product. Okay, sebab kita nak make sure that sample ataupun produk yang kita ambil, produk ni kita nak buat apa? Kita nak buat analisis tau. Okay, analisis tu apa? It can goes to microbiological testing, chemical testing as well as sensory evaluation. Kalau you kerja dekat kilang makanan nanti, memang kerja you kena makan je produk yang company you buat. Alright? So kita akan ambil sampel because we want to make sure that this product, this sample, it is representative for the whole batch. Untuk QA/QC, kita jangan sengaja ambil produk minority yang ada defektif. Contohnya produk tu ada 2 produk. Burn, color dia lebih gelap berbanding yang lain. 2. So you sengaja ambil yang gelap tu. No, it is not representative. Whereby the rest tu colour dia as per normal. So kita ambil yang normal. Yang colour yang gelap tadi kita suruh production worker untuk reject, untuk keluarkan daripada production line. Alright, so kita akan ambil several. Basically not one, it's supposed to be more than one because we want to do those testing yang I bagi tahu tadi. Okay, so kita akan ambil because this one kita nak check untuk quality control. So contoh macam sensory evaluation tadi, katalah produk tu kita akan check in terms of appearance. Okay, in terms of appearance, bila kita contoh ice cream tadi kita scoop, okay, dia punya scoopability tu macam mana, okay ataupun tak okay, and then kena makan, kena rasa. Okay, yang kena rasa tu bukan setakat QA/QC saja yang kena rasa, production pun kena rasa. Kalau dia tak nak rasa, you memang kena sumbat juga suruh dia makan. Kalau eksekutif dia tak nak makan, you suruh supervisor dia makan. Mesti kena makan. Kalau eksekutif tak nak makan, ada manager kat situ, you suruh manager dia yang makan. Okay, sebab kita nak make sure that the taste is as per normal. Tapi bukanlah you pergi gaduh dengan dia, suruh dia makan juga macam budak-budak tu. No lah, kita cakap elok-elok lah. This one I bagi example je. Alright, so bila kita buat testing in terms of the size pun kita akan buat size ke, degree bricks ke, color ke, apa-apa yang melibatkan secara fizikal, yang itu kita akan record. Okay, QA/QC akan record, production pun akan record. Supaya nanti, contoh kadang-kadang katalah ada isu lah contoh QA/QC assistant ni ada isu dengan supervisor production tu. Jadi dia saja nak kenakan production. So that is not a good practice. Jadi kenapa kena dua-dua pihak yang record? Supaya tak ada biasness. There is no biasness towards the product. Okay, kita nak make sure that we achieve mutual agreement that the product is achieving to the specification as well as standard yang kita dah that we already agreed on. Okay, so by controlling the formulation as well as the procedure, so it is likely to have a defective of finished product. Kenapa dia ulang balik ni? Okay, so untuk analysis of finished product, kita akan it really depends on what kind of testing that you want to do. Okay, contohnya, alright, contoh macam produk tu dah keluar kan. So contoh ice cream tadilah dalam tub tu kita akan ambil satu atau 2 tub, kita akan rasa, then maybe we will take several tubs untuk buat physical testing, microbiological testing. Okay, kenapa kena ambil 3 tub contohnya untuk chemical testing? Sebab kita kena buat triplicate. Okay, so nak buat triplicate and then kita kena buat on the day 0. Untuk ice cream maybe the shelf life is 1 year kan. So nak buat day 0, nak buat when it is already achieved on 6 months and then end of shelf life 12 months. So dia bukan setakat satu saja. Okay, katakanlah kita nak buat moisture analysis. Ice cream pun ada moisture kan. So it really depends on the industry that you join. Selalunya if you go to big industry, they will have their own moisture analyzer. They all tak pakai oven method. Oven method takkan kita nak tunggu sebab production ni it run very fast. Kita tak ada masa untuk nak tunggu for oven method. Do you still remember you all buat tak yang oven proximate analysis? Have you done proximate analysis? Tahu tak proximate analysis?
Yang mana satu madam?
Yang fat semua ke madam?
Food analysis yang ada moisture. Ada
madam, ada.
Buat madam.
ada pernah buat lab?
Buat.
Okay.
Anak.
So untuk moisture, you all pernah hands on kan? Satu you all pakai oven method, satu lagi yang you all pakai moisture analyzer yang cepat tu, 15 minit dah dapat result tu. Ada kan?
Ada.
Okay. And some industry pun they all ada protein analyzer yang macam you all ada dekat lab tu. Yang automatic punya protein analyzer. Yang tu pun ada. Even Soxlet punya apparatus pun they all ada. Okay. So when we talk about moisture contoh kalau katalah nak pakai oven method kan kena pakai 24 jam. Maksudnya you masukkan hari ni, esok baru you dapat result. Dekat industri tak boleh. Kita tak ada masa. I always bagi tahu when we talk about business, time is money. So kita akan pakai moisture analyzer. So moisture analyzer tu sama ada the assistant ataupun lab staff tu sendiri, they all akan perform the moisture analysis and lepas tu terus bagi result dekat those related department. Sebab katakanlah ada isu. Contohnya tadi bila kita buat sensory evaluation ice cream tu, kita rasa macam a bit dry. Okay, the taste of the ice cream a bit dry. So why is dry? That's why kita kena check balik tadi. During processing, what went wrong? Temperature kat luar panas sangat ke? Temperature dekat dalam panas sangat ke? Ataupun the temperature is not being maintained? Ataupun during cooking of the milk mixture tu, it is too long or too short. So bila ada different taste in terms of sensory, yang itu kita kena perform moisture analysis. And bila kita buat moisture analysis, the result is within the specification. Dalam specification yang kita dah tentukan moisture amount tu berapa. Okay, so in order for us to double confirm balik, kita ambil lagi sampel daripada line tu, suruh orang lain pula makan, try pula. Mungkin yang kita ambil tu yang ada a bit defective sikit kot. Alright. So untuk lab juga, okay, that one is moisture. And then untuk microbe, depends most of the companies, they have their own in-house lab. Okay, bila kita cakap in-house lab, in-house tu maksudnya facility, lab facility yang sedia ada dekat dalam premise kilang. Okay, katakanlah you join company you ada 5 kilang. Biasanya kilang microbe ni dekat dalam HQ. Okay, so kilang-kilang yang lain ni kita akan hantar sampel kepada HQ. Sebab dalam HQ yang akan ada microbe lab. Alright, so akan perform in-house testing. So some of the microbiological testing can be done in-house laboratory. Okay, but then of course when we talk about in-house lab, kita takkan ada semua equipment dekat dalam lab tu. So we cannot perform a thorough checking or a thorough analysis in terms of chemical as well as microbiological. So we may want to send some of our sample to outside. Okay, outside lab, independent lab. Itu kita panggil independent lab. Okay, so this particular analysis penting sebab kita nak make sure the integrity of the product. Okay, product tu when we talk about the shelf life, katalah ambil lah shelf life produk yang pendek macam roti. Roti shelf life dia 5 hari contoh Tapi bila kita conduct microbe testing, on day 4 dah ada some of the microbial growth yang lebih tinggi beyond specification. So if that happen, then something is not right with the product. Okay, something is not right with the product. Kita kena check balik during production what went wrong. And kita kena monitor sebab roti ni bila hari keempat kan dia dah ada dekat shelf, dekat retail. So kita kena monitor juga. Kalau dekat retail, is there any problem with this particular batch of the product? Sebab lab kita dapat result untuk yang day 4 ni kan dah lambat kan? Okay, so that's why it is important for us to conduct lab analysis. Okay, so lab analysis, so this one is explanation for the lab. Okay, in terms of specification, usage of standard and various of control implemented is meaningless without the use of analysis, without laboratory analysis. Okay, specification tu, mungkin you all akan a bit confused. This one I bagi just general idea, what does it mean by specification, what does it mean by standard. Okay, contoh specification, katakanlah I want my moisture content level to be in between 12% to 15%, antara 12% hingga 15%. Okay, itu adalah specification for my moisture content of the product. Alright, that one is specification. And this particular specification is the tolerance. Nampak sebab tolerance dia besar, antara 12 hingga 15. Kita tak fix specification I want my moisture. Of course kita adalah kita punya optimum moisture content berapa. Optimum moisture content supposed to be 14%, contoh 14%. Okay, contoh optimum 14%, tapi kita punya specification should be within 12 hingga 15%. Itu tolerance kita. Okay, that is specification. When we talk about standard, contoh standard kalau untuk bread product contoh what will be the standard given by the organisation? Contohnya macam FAO ke, WHO ke ataupun Ministry of Health. Untuk bread product sepatutnya standard untuk moisture content berapa? Ataupun if let's say we talk about standard untuk kita punya product in our company, for example the appearance of our product in terms of the colour, in terms of the shape, in terms of the dimension of the product, we need to have our own standard. Contoh dari segi appearance, colour. Colour tu kita nak standard dia macam mana? We need to standardize, okay? Which one is the most acceptable colour? Which one is considered as acceptable? Which one we need to be reject? So this standard akan diguna pakai oleh worker. Bila dia tengok gambar, contoh biasa kita akan guna gambar. Sebab gambar, picture, colour is something that we tend to memorize more. So bila worker masa dia deal dengan produk tu, dia akan tengok dekat gambar. Okay, produk ni slightly darker tapi can it consider as acceptable? Tengok dekat standard gambar, acceptable. So lepas masuk untuk packaging. Tapi if let's say the colour is a bit is darker, bukan a bit is darker compared to standard yang kita dah tetapkan, so that one consider as reject. So kena reject. Okay, so some specification, some standard, it is the usage of specification and standard, this one really depending on the industry itself. Okay, tak semua industri akan bukan semua industri akan guna pakai the same term untuk specification ke, untuk standard ke. It really depends on the industry that you are working with. Okay, so lab analysis is the phase in which a quality control program is being implemented after product is being produced. Okay, so ini adalah kita punya last defense. Okay, untuk company, first defense kita apa? Raw material. Last defense kita apa? Lab analysis. Tapi masa kita buat lab analysis ni, contoh kalau macam kita nak buat microbiological testing. Microbiological testing kan require time, betul tak? Katalah you punya produk ni yang short shelf life. So bila kita nak buat microbiological testing ni, produk tu dah dihantar ke market dulu. Okay, dah sampai ke market. Tapi lab analysis still kena buat. So lab analysis, this serve as our final defense untuk company. Sebab apa-apa, katakanlah macam saya ada pernah bagi contoh dekat you all sebelum ni. Ada customer complain, dia kata kami punya produk bau sabun, rasa sabun. Contoh that customer complain. The same batch yang customer tu complain, kita ada dekat dalam we have in our keeping. Kita ada simpan. So kita akan ambil yang sama, kita akan rasa. Tak ada rasa sabun pun. So what went wrong? Maybe dekat bahagian retail. So nampak sampel yang kita simpan tu, kita simpan kat mana? Kita simpan kat lab. Untuk buat apa? Untuk buat analisis. Alright, so analysis this one can be yang I bagi tahu tadi, physical, chemical, microbiological. So microbiological as much as possible kena pass. So that's why masa processing tu, it must be the processing tu, it must be proper, it must be clearly sanitized, disinfectant, clean, semua. Okay, and then untuk chemical testing, contoh kita akan buat protein analysis ke, moisture ke, fat content, yang tu kita akan buat. Tapi depends some of the company, they all tak ada semua facility tu, apa yang they all akan buat, they all akan hantar according to certain period of time, they will send their product to the independent lab. Independent lab tu maksudnya private lab. They all akan hantar private lab untuk buat thorough checking. So that's why when you are here in UiTM, kita try untuk train you so that you have more expertise in yourself. You boleh buat analysis ni, you boleh perform QA/QC, you can think of how to solve certain problem. So semua tu kita try untuk train you. Okay, so a sampling plan along with an analysis frequency is absolutely necessary. Contohnya time schedule, okay, how often the analysis are being made. Macam tadi saya bagi contoh 20 batch untuk produk tadi. Kita check first batch, batch yang ke-10, batch yang ke-20. Okay. This one kita akan collect sample. Kenapa collect sample? Sebab first batch ni yang first time running. So mungkin ada variation dari segi moisture content ke, ada variation dari segi sensory ke, ada variation dari segi chemical dengan microbiological. Mungkin microbiological ke chemical biasa tak ada masalah lah. Okay, atau microbiological. So yang batch ke-10 ni, okay, the same thing. So kita yang plan untuk collect sample ni siapa? Bukan production, bukan R&D. It will be fall under the responsibility of QA/QC. Okay, and bila kita nak collect sample, kita kena tahu kita nak collect sample tu untuk apa. Berapa banyak kita nak collect sample. We cannot take ikut suka hati amount kita nak ambil. Tak boleh. We cannot take too little, we cannot take too much. Too little of sample meaning that your sample is not representative. Sampel yang kamu ambil keluar daripada production line tidak mewakili ke semua batch yang ada tu. Kalau terlalu sikit. But if too much, terlalu banyak, you have cost wastage to the company. You ambil lebih daripada yang sepatutnya, padahal sampel yang you ambil yang lebih tu, 2 atau 3 pieces of them can be go out to the market untuk dijual. Okay, so itu kena fikir. Okay, pukul berapa nak ambil, dekat bahagian mana nak ambil macam mana, teknik how to collect the sample, when you should collect the sample, how you should do it. It really depends on the analysis that you want to do. If you want to do for microbiological analysis, of course you need to have a sanitized equipment. Okay. But if you want to do for chemical testing, then that one as per normal, macam biasa. Alright, so the process of sample collecting pun different. Okay, so this one basically kita akan ikut method AOAC. Kalau you all ingat masa you all buat kelas food analysis, proximate analysis contohnya. So proximate analysis kita follow method AOAC. This one is International Standard, Association of Official Analytical Chemists. So ini method ni, AOAC adalah method yang diguna pakai seluruh dunia. Okay, not only your company, not only UiTM, but seluruh dunia untuk common analysis. Okay, but some of the analysis probably they all akan pakai method yang they all guna sendiri. Depends on the industry. Okay, kadang-kadang ada industri tu they all ambil reference daripada international standard, tapi sebab they all punya product is not really directly appropriate to the international standard procedure. So they might do some modification. When they do modification tu untuk apa? To suit the product that they are produce. Untuk bagi sesuai dengan produk yang they all produce. So ada modification, then maybe they want to rename that particular method as the company's punya method. Yang itu boleh. Tapi of course, they still need to refer to the international standard juga. Tak kisahlah untuk analisis apa. Okay, microbiological, chemical as well as physical. Okay, and then untuk packaging control, packaging this one important sebab packaging it serve as the defense for the product itself. Okay, and bila kita dah pack, kita kena label. Label tu untuk siapa? Label tu untuk kita, the industry itself as well as to the customer and consumer. We want them to know what we are selling and what's inside of the product. Okay, so for QA QC, kita kena, we need to include packaging as well as labeling because this will be the first item that influence the consumer, customer and consumer. Okay, because if you can see, those packaging with attractive packaging, it will catch the eye of the customer and consumer first rather than those yang ada very dull type of packaging. Okay, dull type of packaging contoh I bagi dekat you contoh, kerepek pisang yang jual dekat tepi jalan tu kan yang transparent plastik, bukan kerepek pisang sorry, kerepek ubi lah kerepek ubi. Kerepek ubi dan kita versus dengan potato chips yang macam Pringles punya packaging tu. Which one is a more eye-catching to you?
Pringles.
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 Okay,
Pringles.
Pringles sebab okay, kita akan tengok Pringles it is being packed properly. Kerepek ubi ni dalam plastik transparent je. So tak tahu dia ni betul apa ni dah lama pack ke, rancid ke ataupun it is still crispy ataupun tak. Sebab plastik macam tu kita tak tahu in terms of sealing dia kan, sealing apa dekat bahagian atas tu seal tu dah masuk angin ke tak ke, kita panggil dah masuk angin lah. Dah masuk angin ke belum ke. So those will be the thing that kita akan fikir. Tapi kalau you tengok dekat Pringles ataupun those potato chips, kita ada confident the product is being packed properly. Kita ada information untuk produk tu. Alright, tapi untuk kerepek ubi ni dia setakat letak label kerepek ubi pedas. Buat dekat mana? Kuala Pilah. Macam tu. Okay, so those are the different thing. Jadi, okay, I pernah bagi tahu dekat you all, packaging ni, company they will have their own designer lah untuk design the packaging, and then in terms of the material of the packaging, this one should go from R&D. Okay, R&D dia akan propose what will be the type of material that is suitable to pack the product. Kita QA QC, I selalu cakap kita QA QC sebab I dulu QA QC. Okay, kita QA QC, kita kena control in terms of bila sample packaging tu dah sampai, kita akan ada standard. Remember tadi standard, kita akan ada standard yang kita nak. So kita akan check balik, sampel plastik yang kita dapat tu ataupun sampel packaging kita dapat tu sama tak dengan standard yang kita ada, yang kita request daripada supplier yang nak supply packaging ni. Kalau tak sama dan kita tak akan terima tau, kita akan minta dia all untuk buat corrective action. Tapi kalau sama, kita confident with the quality of the packaging, then we can accept. Okay, so QA QC kita kena jaga dari segi standardization of the packaging. In terms of the material, kena tengok lah. Sepatutnya plastik tu daripada material of plastik tu is polyethylene, tapi dapat polypropylene. Polypropylene ni yang keras, plastik yang keras tu. So tak sesuai. Okay, so food packaging and labeling control are done identical to raw material control. Okay, dia punya proses dia sama macam raw material control. And remember, untuk packaging dengan labeling pun kita ada supplier, and the supplier pun tak boleh satu saja supplier. Alright, supplier untuk packaging material pun selalunya kita akan ada several suppliers. Sebab it happen one time, one of kami punya supplier, dia tak boleh nak supply according to the volume yang kami minta. Luckily we have another supplier. Supplier tu dia boleh backup amount yang supplier A tadi short. Okay, the shortage from the supplier A. So supplier B dia boleh backup. So during that time, memang rasa lega lah kita ada alternative supplier. So that's the same thing. Packaging labeling tu sebenarnya it falls under raw material juga. Okay, so 2 basic packages are typically necessary for food products. This one I rasa you all pun dah pernah belajar dalam chapter lain, dalam subjek lain. Okay, so untuk packaging, basically we have several types of packaging. But then the first 2 packaging material that you need to know will be the primary packaging as well as the secondary packaging. Okay, primary packaging will be the material of packaging that having a direct contact with our product. Contoh ni saya ambil saya punya teh ni. Okay, contoh I have this tea sachet. Tahu kan tea sachet? Okay, dalam tea sachet ni buka. Okay, dalam tea sachet ni ada apa? Ada apa dalam tea sachet ni?
Serbuk teh.
Serbuk teh lah bukan daun teh tau, serbuk teh.
Uncang teh.
Yelah, sachet tu uncang teh lah. Dalam uncang teh ni ada serbuk daun teh. Okay, serbuk daun teh. Sebenarnya tea sachet ini kalau you all pergi kilang boh tu, according to dia QA/QC personnel lah, dia kata sebenarnya serbuk daun teh ni adalah kualiti yang paling rendah sekali untuk teh. The best one will be the dried tea leaves tu. Yang tu a bit mahal lah. Okay, so sachet ni adalah material, packaging material to enclose kita punya serbuk daun teh. So this particular sachet material is known as primary packaging because primary packaging dia direct contact dengan kita punya food material. Okay, and then secondary packaging, this particular sachet of tea is being packed dekat dalam kotak. Sebab dalam kotak ni dia nak letak a few tea sachet. Okay, so this one is secondary packaging. Secondary packaging, this one is used to assemble multiple of packaged food for shipping. Contohlah for shipping. Okay, nampak Alright, tapi kalau kamu beli, if you buy this tea sachet in a box, you can find that we have this plastic plastic material at the outside of this tea box. Sama juga kalau kamu beli dried tea leaves, okay, you will find that the package is being packed with plastic as well. Kenapa? Kenapa untuk daun teh? Okay, so plastik ni, sorry sebelum saya tambah soalan saya. So this particular plastic, this one is known as tertiary packaging. Okay, tapi kalau katalah kamu beli biskut biskut dalam package tu. So selalunya you have the sachet to enclose the biscuit and then you have that one is primary, then you have the box contoh the box yang tu secondary. That's it. Tapi kenapa untuk teh, for this tea, we have this plastic. Kena ada plastik ni.
Sebab dia tak yakin. Dia tak yakin teh tu boleh terkeluar.
Tak nak bagi.
Sebab nanti udara masuk dalam teh tu.
Tak nak bagi aroma.
Tak nak bagi mochi hilang.
Betul. First thing first, okay, the reason, bukan dia tak confident. Boleh je, dia seal je lah dekat sini kan. Tak ada masalah. Okay, first thing first, why this tea product, they need to be packed with plastic because they want to maintain the aroma of the tea. Okay, ataupun dia tak nak ada absorption of the aroma from outside. Contoh katalah you letak teh ni, you belum buka lagi, you letak tepi durian. Nanti bila you buka, tak ada plastik, pasal teh ni bau teh durian, macam tu. Okay, dia tak nak ada absorption from odor from the outside ataupun the aroma of the tea hilang, the loss of the aroma. Itu satu. Satu lagi, sebab this particular box kan is made from paper. So it can absorb moisture, water. So katakanlah kamu terletak dekat tempat yang basah, what happened to the sachet, what happened to the box? It will absorb the water. Bila absorb water, what happened to your sachet, tea sachet? It will ruin. So this one serve to protect. Okay, every single layer of packaging for food product is served to protect the food product. Okay, so contoh saya ada this one tea box. So tea box ni nanti, ni dah ada tertiary, betul tak? Ni contoh yang ada tertiary packaging Tertiary tu maksudnya packaging yang ketiga. So macam mana kita nak ship this particular tea box ni dekat supermarket? Macam mana daripada kilang teboh dekat Cameron tu dia nak hantar ke Giant contohnya? Dia kena letak dalam kotak yang lagi besar kan? So kotak yang lagi besar tu kita panggil sebagai quaternary. Okay, jadi it's very common untuk produk bila untuk shipping, untuk distribution, they all kena letak dalam carton box. Carton box tu kita panggil kotak yang besar tu, okay, yang letak beberapa kotak your product, yang tu kita panggil carton boxes. Okay, those carton boxes. Those carton boxes is to protect the whole product and for shipping purposes. Sebab takkanlah kita nak letak ni satu-satu dalam lori, tak mungkin. So that's why we will pack in carton boxes, then we will ship the whole carton boxes to the market. Okay, so it really depends on your product. Contoh macam buah katalah apple, they have their styrofoam punya protector. So that one is considered as primary packaging. Okay, because this styrofoam is to protect the integrity of the apple so that the apple tak bruise, tak lebam. Okay, lepas tu this particular apple dia letak dalam carton boxes. So dia ada dia ada primary packaging as well as secondary packaging. Okay, so now storage control. Alright, dah nak habis dah. Storage control. Storage, this one involving for the raw material as well as for finished product. Okay, so when we want to store for finished product or raw material, kita akan letak dalam warehouse. Warehouse tu macam mana kalau you all pernah pergi IKEA, dekat bahagian sebelum you bayar tu kan ada dia punya racking dia tu kan. That is how the warehouse looks like. Okay, kalau you tak boleh nak imagine macam mana warehouse tu macam kalau you all pergi IKEA dekat yang bahagian level bawah tu, that is how the warehouse looks like. So if let's say katalah barang tu letak dekat atas, depends on your company that you join. Yang masa saya kerja dulu, kita akan pakai forklift lah. Kalau katalah item tu dekat tempat atas, katalah dia di tingkat 3 contoh kita tak panjat pakai tangga sebab tangga is very dangerous for the staff well-being. Remember, we have this OSHA, Occupational Safety and Health for the worker. So kita tak pakai tangga. Basically tak pakai tangga lah. Mungkin ada tempat-tempat pakai tangga yang tu I tak sure. Tapi normally kita akan pakai forklift. So forklift ni kita akan, the forklift dia akan angkat sampai tingkat 3, keluarkan produk tu, turunkan atas pallet. Okay, produk tu letak atas pallet. Pallet tu, again lah you all can search online ataupun you pergi dekat IKEA. Pallet tu yang macam kayu yang letak dekat atas lantai tu. Untuk food industries, you should never put any food product, tak kisahlah raw material ke, finished product ke, apa-apa, janji dia food product, directly on the floor. It must have either pallet ataupun something yang you letak dekat atas dia. Okay, so pallet, dia akan bawa turun pallet dan angkat keluar, katalah tadi production order 100 kg of flour contoh. So dia akan keluarkan the amount of 100 kg. Okay, dan pallet tu ada lebihan, dia akan letak balik dekat tempat tu. Tempat yang saya join untuk practical internship, they have 2 warehouses. One is for the perishable item dengan wet raw material, and the other one ni they all ada lagi satu warehouse. Warehouse tu untuk macam cutleries, untuk those things yang required to assemble this meal. Okay, so bila kami pergi dekat warehouse tu, so remember we have 2 warehouse. Satu warehouse yang macam normal lah, pakai forklift semua tu, and the other warehouse yang I join untuk internship ni, dia pakai computerized, pakai robot. So kita order, dia ada screen tu, kita order, dan nanti robot tu dia akan pergi dekat section barang tu, contohnya section tu adalah E9 contohnya. So robot tu akan pergi dekat E9, dia akan bawa keluar berapa banyak amount yang kita order and dia akan terus turun kepada production. Maksudnya bukan pergi pada kita, terus turun kepada production area. So production terus ambil produk, continue untuk buat kerja. Okay, so warehouse, it involve 3 activities whereby receiving, storage as well as shipping. Okay, untuk finish product ni kita akan letak juga produk dekat dalam warehouse sebelum kita hantar keluar, sebelum kita distribute, sebelum kita shipping. Okay, so untuk receiving operation is the foundation for processing finished product for a designated quality. So this one untuk storage as well as transportation. So ini adalah guideline untuk proper storage. I remember this one ada 12 kot guideline. Tak silap saya lah. Okay, nak explain satu-satu pun saya rasa most of this saya dah explain throughout my lecture. Okay, so guideline untuk proper storage, be sure that it follow FIFO system ataupun first expired, first out. Okay, ada tak jadi this particular first expired, first out? Ada. Okay, contoh katalah saya dapat my raw material hari Jumaat. Okay, raw material hari Jumaat, shelf life dia sampai hari Ahad, the following Sunday. Alright. Hari Sabtu, I receive the same raw material tapi the shelf life is on Saturday. Okay, remember yang hari Jumaat tu dia punya shelf life Sunday. Yang I receive on Saturday, shelf life dia on Saturday, the following Saturday. So, kenapa jadi macam ni? Kadang-kadang sebab kita shortage of raw material ataupun kemungkinan ada miscommunication dengan supplier, purchasing supplier yang itu tak tahulah. Tapi kita kena control in terms of quality, warehouse dia kena make sure that they follow this system, FIFO and first expired, first out. So bila jadi issue macam ni, they need to make sure that produk yang akan expired dulu, yang itu akan dikeluarkan untuk diguna oleh production. Okay, tak masa bila jadi isu macam ni, kita akan follow first expired, first out dulu. Then only kita akan guna semula first in, first out. Okay. So inspection before unloading, alright. Ni sebenarnya banyak tau nak kena explain, tapi tak apalah, saya explain briefly saja. Bila lori sampai ke dalam premis kilang, produk dalam raw material dalam lori tu, kita tak boleh suruh orang tu keluarkan dulu. QA, QC kena check dulu the condition of the truck. Condition of the truck tu kita akan check luar dan dalam. Okay, especially dekat bahagian dalam. Bahagian dalam tu katalah kita order telur ayam lah contoh. Okay, chicken egg. We order chicken egg, shell chicken egg. Dia buka je dia punya canvas tu, keluar pula lipas. Anak lipas contohnya. Do you want to accept the raw material? Of course no. So that's why kita takkan suruh supplier tu keluarkan dulu barang. Dia buka dulu canvas ataupun buka dulu pintu truck tu, kita akan check dulu. Ada apa-apa tak in terms of the condition? Kita akan check temperature. If let's say the product, the raw material ataupun the finished product supposed to be using chill truck ataupun frozen truck yang ada capacity untuk frozen storage for that particular truck, kita akan check temperature. Pakai apa? Temperature gun. Temperature gun tu yang macam yang kita sekarang check untuk apa yang temperature kita pergi kedai tu lah. Sama je macam tu. So kita akan shoot temperature, check. And then bila kita dah shoot, kita akan check kita punya specification tadi. Temperature untuk truck, what will be the specification of the temperature for the truck? Kalau chill temperature, berapa suhu dia? Kalau frozen, berapa suhu dia? Masa saya kerja dulu, kita adalah terima beberapa chill product dengan frozen product. The most that I remembered was we receive ice cream as one of our raw material. Ice cream yang dalam kun tu. So mula-mula buka, okay, kena check dulu temperature dalam truck tu apa. Lepas tu my supervisor dia kata, ambil lah ice cream tu, sample, rasa, makan. So ambil lah ice cream tu dan makan. Okay, and then ada jugalah kami dapat apa yang macam isi ketam tu, contoh yang the crab punya apa benda flash tu. frozen. So kena ambil sikit, pergi masuk dalam microwave, makan. Sebab yang tu, itu one of our scope. Okay. Alright, so that one sorry, explain yang tu pula. Okay, so inspection before unloading, maksudnya barang tu belum keluar lagi. Truck tu kita akan check in terms of the temperature. Lepas tu ada foul odor tak? Okay, the foul odor ke ataupun something dripping ke, okay, spillage ataupun insect. Kalau ada insect, memang kita suruh supplier tu balik lah. Tak payah dah bawa turun barang. Sebab kita tak nak kita punya raw material is being infested by the pest. Tapi taklah sekasar macam tu. Okay, dia ada step dia lah. Remember I mentioned to you, QA/QC kita kena deal dengan purchasing. Purchasing akan bagi tahu pada supplier. Tapi bila kita check, contoh ada spillage ataupun ada insect lah contoh kita tak bagi truck driver untuk keluarkan barang. Kita akan suruh dia tunggu dulu. Sebab purchasing nanti yang akan come out with the decision. Okay. And then we will observe the condition of the container. Okay, so lepas tu kita akan check container. Contoh tadi katalah produk tu is being transported dalam carton boxes. So the integrity of the carton boxes tu dalam keadaan yang baik ataupun dah kemik-kemik ke, dah nampak macam ada air ke ataupun pest infestation ke, kita kena check the integrity of the container. Sebab remember, those packaging serve as protection for the material. Okay, sebab kalau ada damage nanti kita tak nak nanti jadi source of contamination, especially kalau powdered material. Powdered material letak dalam carton boxes, lepas tu ada pula kita nampak macam traces of water ataupun watermark dekat kotak tu. What will happen to kita punya powdered material? It can start to become moldy. Okay, so itu adalah risiko yang the risk that we try to avoid. Okay, and then kita boleh, okay, katalah semua ni pass, everything pass, semua okay. So kita akan minta driver tu untuk keluarkan barang. So warehouse people pun dia akan turunkan barang, keluar, unloading ni kita panggil proses unloading. So keluarkan barang daripada truck dan kita akan collect random sample. Random sample ni bukannya kita collect mana yang dekat dengan kita ataupun yang atas saja, tak. Kita akan ambil according to sampling plan. Sampling plan ni chapter 3, chapter selepas ni. Okay, according to sampling plan. So kita akan collect sample, kita nak buat apa sample tu kita akan check based on specification. This one specification dari segi apa, sama ada dari segi physical, chemical dan juga microbiological. Contoh katalah saya bagi contoh sebelum ni, your raw material milk powder, the colour supposed to be creamy yellow tapi you dapat yellow. Okay, that one is something that you kena decide lah whether you want to accept ataupun reject that particular product. Okay, so selepas unloading dah keluarkan semua barang daripada truck tu, QA/QC lagi sekali kita kena panjat truck tu, tengok balik dekat truck tu condition of the truck, bersih ke tak bersih. Sebab kadang-kadang masa mula-mula yang kita check tadi kita tak nampak some of the pests probably they are hiding, contoh they are hiding ataupun watermark dalam truck tu kita tak nampak. So bila barang tu dah keluar, dah turun semua daripada truck, baru kita boleh nampak the actual condition of the truck. So masa tu kita akan take note apa what is our findings. Okay, kalau katalah everything is okay, you tulis okay lah, janganlah you saja-saja pergi ada watermark, ada pest. Jangan if the condition is good, then you tulis the condition of the truck is good. Okay, so do not accept raw material that is being shipped together with the chemical or poisonous substances macam detergent. And memang dulu ada jadi problem purchasing lah. Masa tu they all macam tak berapa faham kenapa kami QA/QC we do not want to accept one of our raw material whereby this particular raw material is being shipped together with the detergent. Tak silap saya sabun basuh pinggan. Supplier tu kata kita letak asing-asing pun dalam truck tu, they all letak separately. One is on the left, one is on the right hand side. And memang ada ruang, dia kata. Tak mungkin akan jadi cross contamination from the detergent to the raw material. That one is according to the supplier. Tapi again, our specification, our company specification, we do not want to receive any raw material that is being distributed together with the detergent. Raw material ataupun finished product. Sebab kita deal dengan produk makanan ni. Kita pergi Giant, masa tu memang a bit argument jugalah saya dengan this purchasing department. Dia kata tak ada spillage, it is properly being separated, the product is in good condition and etc. whatever semua. Saya kata sometimes you tak perlu nak argue sangat dengan orang, tak perlu macam nak sakit kepala, nak debate dengan orang. No, sometimes you just need to relate with your daily practices. Hari-hari you buat macam mana. So masa tu I cakap je dekat purchasing department, I kata, Miss A, if you buy your product from Giant, is your detergent product is being put in different plastic bag ataupun plastic bag yang sama dengan makanan. So masa tu dia terdiam. Dan dia kata, okay lah, we reject. Okay, sometimes you just need to make sure that everyone can think logically. What is the reason that you suggest to them that you want them to reject the product? Okay, so if the shipment does not meet the specification, be prepared to reject some of or part of the load. Tak semestinya kita akan reject semua, kemungkinan kita akan reject half. Okay, minimize docking time. Docking time tu maksudnya masa menunggu. Contoh kita dah to unloading produk tu. Okay, unloading. Lepas tu kita nak kena timbang dulu berapa berat yang kita dapat untuk raw material, dan lepas tu kita akan hantar ke section for this particular raw material untuk simpan. Kalau frozen dengan refrigerated, yang itu kita akan buat dulu. Okay. We will try to minimize the docking time as much as possible because kita tak nak kita punya quality of raw material ataupun finished product yang dalam keadaan sejuk beku, dalam keadaan frozen ataupun chill, rosak. Okay. So those material, chill product, frozen product, kita akan buat dengan cepat. Okay. Dan lepas tu terus hantar kepada freezer ataupun chiller. Okay. So mesti coding, yang ni saya dah pernah explain sebelum ni. Code all the date. Tarikh bila terima tu, remember I pernah mention dekat you all sebelum ni, sometimes ada kilang yang dia all pakai yang coloured sticker based on the day of receiving. Okay, and then tulis tarikh, berapa hari bulan. Lepas tu letak atas pallet. Pallet tu yang mana kalau you all tengok gambar kat bawah ni ada pallet dekat kayu dekat bawah atas lantai ni. Okay, sebab yang ni untuk stock rotation. Okay, product recall yang ini I sambung untuk kelas lagi satu. Hari Khamis kan kelas kita? I sambung untuk kelas hari Khamis. Then kita akan sambung juga untuk chapter 3 for kelas hari Khamis. Okay, so far okay? Faham ke?
Okay, faham.
Okay, madam.
Okay, madam. Faham,
Okay.
madam.
Okay, alright, great. So I will put in your attendance list after this untuk kelas hari ni. Dan juga I will upload lecture notes for chapter 3 and prepare for your class hari Khamis. Hari Khamis kita akan habiskan chapter 2 dan kita akan start with chapter 3. Alright, is that clear?
Yeah.
Clear, madam.
Yeah, madam.
Okay, so thank you for your participation. Thank you for your cooperation. Thank you for listening. I'll see you on Thursday. Alright, okay, thank you. You can leave the
Alright.
meeting.
Thank you, madam. Bye.
Thank you,